Hey all, Hipper here. So, today we're looking at Littorio in the premium Italian battleship, the Roma. And first I'll just show you how I've set the ship up. It's pretty standard. Aiming systems, propulsion, and obviously target acquisition, and then main battery mod 3. So nothing new there. 3 heals, 4 spotter planes. So the new thing here is Azur lane Littorio. So I put a full dispersion build on her here. And let's see how we go. I mean, I don't really think Roma is that inaccurate. Many people say it is. I just think that I get cheated out of a lot of citadels in this ship here. And yes, with this commander here, it's slightly more accurate, I guess. It's really hard to tell because, you know, it might as well be RNG just messing with you. But let's pretend that the ship is a lot more accurate now. And it's a good battleship. I don't really like it when I'm facing legendaries in it, because then I would much rather be in Yamato, which is probably my favorite battleship because it's just so powerful. And in Yamato, when you hit a broadside, you're gonna get a citadel like you are supposed to. I really think Roma, I don't know if it's the penetration or something I should, you know, spec into instead, but I thought the Italians had very good penetration. And true versus cruisers, this ship is to be feared. I know I am very, very worried when I run into Romas and I'm in a cruiser, because it's so tough. It's really hard to burn down. And those AP shells, the trajectory is so hard to predict and avoid. And obviously the shells themselves, they just they hurt a lot, and they just go straight into the citadel. Pretty much doesn't matter what you do. But against battleships, I have always thought this thing here is a little bit disappointing. And I realize I'm shooting at legendaries here, so they're well armored, but yeah, I'm not too impressed. And it's not like I haven't been playing Roma a lot. It's probably one of the most played battleships in my game, along with Yamato and probably Scharnhorst. So I like the ship. It's not bad at all. It's just, it doesn't give me the citadels that I want, really. And I don't really think it's that inaccurate. And as you can see, I like to be up front and not brawling, but, you know, taking an aggressive stance, because I'm not gonna brawl a Brandenburg. That would be pretty stupid if you ask me. So we're gonna keep him just far enough so we can control when he fires torpedoes. I am within torp range, but it looks like he's not really interested in torping me, so I'm just gonna sit around here then. And what I always hate happening is what's happening here, and that's an uncoordinated start on these spawns here. Like the flank spawns on shards, they're so important, and this kind of, you know, haphazard, like, oh, I think I'll sail my battleship to the back of the map, and I think I'll hide my cruiser behind an island and just let this Roma here tank half the team. It's just not the way to do it, people. The flanks are super duper important on this map here, and if you just give them away like this, or not like this, I'm fighting very hard to keep it, you will lose. It's very, very simple. And like this sort of, like, just staying so far away, it's just, you're not gonna get the cap then. That's just not gonna happen. So anyway, here we have a very nice broadside Kurfürst, and I always have a hard time citadeling these things here. So let's give it a shot. Well, that was underwhelming, and I mean, I don't really care. I mean, the game mechanics are in such a way that when you are broadside in your battleship, you should be punished for it. It really doesn't matter much else, I think. And I think myself that I have a pretty good aim here, and those really should be citadels, especially considering the penetration on Roma. But I'm not getting anything. and I'm hardly getting penetrations here. And it's not because it's inaccurate, it's just like, yeah, the shells are just underwhelming in some way, against battleships at least, but against cruisers, yep, this is the battleship I want to be in. But then on the other hand, why not just be in a cruiser myself? Because most cruisers, they punish other cruisers just as well. Yeah, so yeah. Premium Roma with a premium Littorio. Can you live without it? Absolutely, you can. Just play Iowa or Alabama or something like that. It's pretty much the same. If you already have Sims leveled up or anything like that. I'm just trying it out here because I really like Roma. I really want to like Roma. That's probably a better way to put it. Because it's an Italian battleship, and everybody forgets about the Italian Navy during World War II, when they actually had quite an impressive Navy. So that's why I think that more people should play this ship here. Is it as good as Iowa? No, I don't think so. Not at all, actually. Iowa is way more consistent and also more precise, basically. And Massachusetts as well, and Alabama as well. So here we get like almost perfect dispersion. And very, very disappointing damage there. And this guy is just sitting there, broadside on. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna wait for this legendary battleship here to get into position, because I've been holding this cap here for nearly 6 minutes now, without much help. And finally these guys here who started out doing sort of random things that didn't really help a lot. I mean, it cost me 3/4 of my health because I had no backup. They're finally moving in, and I don't know how that mines missed the destroyer as well. That's a mystery to me. A few minutes ago, the destroyer was spotted in the cap, and the mines was broadside on with all guns on, and didn't even fire a shot. Yeah. I mean, sometimes this game here is just it's just a mess. But anyway, that's not what we are about today. Today is about Roma, and I do like the ship. And as you can tell from this little skirmish here, it's really, really tough. Like I said before, if I face this thing here in a cruiser, pretty much, unless I'm in like a hardcore HE spammer like Cleveland or something like that, you pretty much need torpedoes to finish these things off, because yeah, I mean, I'm running flammable cannoneer on this ship here, and I don't really have a problem with burning down or anything like that. I mean, this is not the only battle I've played in the ship. Like I said, I probably had, I don't know, a bit. I mean, probably a few hundred in all, I think. I actually don't know. But anyway, it's a tough ship, and battleships are supposed to be tough, and that's what I like about it. As you can see in the beginning here, I held out by myself in this cap here against 3 ships. I realized that Brandenburg didn't torp me for some odd reason. I still don't understand, but I'm not complaining. So of course the Akizuki takes out the legendary battleship. That's how this game works as well. So I mean, I cannot let this Akizuki live. If he wants to, he can just cap, basically. So I am going to try to avoid the Kurfürst and then take this Akizuki on, and then see if I can't get some help, because most of my team are over at the sea cap, and I just need to drag time out over here, pretty much keep whoever's over here busy, and just make sure I don't lose the cap. So there we have the Akizuki, and I'm just lining up my guns, and he used his 1 torpedo load before, so I'm pretty safe here, and he's not really in a position to fire anyway. So away with him. And that pretty much takes care of this flank here, really. Now we do have 2 cruisers out in the open water that I haven't seen at all. And at this point here, I'm getting a little worried that they might team up on me. So I am going to reverse back here. I'm not going to chase down the Kurfürst because, one, he's not really a threat. He's sitting out there in open water. He's not trying to take my cap. And I'm just waiting for the guys over at C to start, you know, taking B. and then perhaps coming over here on this flank here where I am alone versus Warships. I don't have enough health left because in the beginning I held this cap by tanking pretty much everyone over here. So like I said, I'm wondering where these cruisers are and what they are up to. I have no one to spot for me over here, and I'm kind of worried they're just around the other side of this big huge mountain here. So I'm just going to put myself in a position where it's a little bit easier for me to react if someone suddenly, you know, surprises me around the corner. Now the Flint, I can't even remember if it has torpedoes. I think it does have torpedoes, so he's my main worry. The Cleveland doesn't really have torpedoes, and I still have more than 20,000 health, so it'll take a while to burn me down. But the Flint is definitely a problem also because it got smoke. And like I said, I have no one to spot for me. So finally there's movement at sea. It looks like the blue guys are actually coming. At least they're going towards B. So, well, that's a good thing because no one's taken that cap yet. So I'm not really going to do much now. I'm just going to wait for backup. And I put myself in this position here. If the Kurfürst comes closer, I'm bow on to him. And should the cruisers come around this corner here, I'm able to fire a whole broadside at them. And pretty much angle quite quickly to wherever the threat may be. So now I'm thinking that the Kurfürst is coming around here, the corner. The secondaries are coming, so that's usually a bad sign. But it turns out that he is heading away. So we'll give him a farewell salvo there. And then I'll just focus on the cruisers. Because as I feared, there's the Flint. And he's smoked up, of course. And again, I made sure I'm far enough away to be out of torpedo range of this guy here. So I'm just gonna make sure that he doesn't cap, basically. And with 20,000 health, I should have enough to keep him busy for the last few minutes of the battle. I don't really want to, of course I want to sink him, no problem there, but I don't think I can. Because he's sitting there in his smoke and it's gonna last a few minutes. So I am actually in torp range, but of course I was expecting those. So we take one of them, which is not ideal. I would have liked to keep my 20,000 health here, but at least it didn't get me. So I'm just gonna sit here and just see if I can't do a blind fire here, just to reset the cap. I don't want him to take the cap, because normally you would just sit here, wait for the smoke to go away, and then citadel him. But I don't want him to take the cap. I fought too hard for this cap here, and even if it kills me, I am not giving it up. So I'm just gonna wait till I go dark again here, and then I'll see if I want to give him another nudge to reset the cap, or if I'm going to wait for the smoke to clear and then make life pretty miserable for this guy here. So he's almost got the cap now, and that's a problem. So I'm a little bit, I don't really know what to do here, because he is getting the cap, but then on the other hand, we are at 800 points and they are way behind. So there's really no point shooting at him anymore. I got my defend, and it's all good. So I'm just going to wait for the smoke to clear, and then hopefully I can finish this guy off here. Now the Flint is obviously very, very thinly armored, so I am expecting a lot of overpens. And nothing to do with Roma, it's just the way it is. But he is actually angled nicely, but I just don't hit him the way I want to. RNG is a cruel mistress, so we don't get him. But that's okay, he only gets off one salvo, and then I'm not spotted anymore. So we will see if we can't do it yet again here, because he's coming out, he doesn't have a chance. I mean, he's losing on points, so it's not like he's suicidal or anything, but I mean, what else is the guy gonna do? So finally removed this, and that was pretty much the last threat. So I'm keeping an eye on the Cleveland out to my right, or the Buster, whatever it is. It's an HE spammer, that's exactly what it is. And I have the Kurfürst on my left. And obviously I don't want to show broadside to that guy, because it looks like I'm not getting any help, because they're all huddled together over at B. And yeah, really the strategic you know, the strategic vision on display in this battle here from my team is has been very lacking. Let's put it like that. They managed to win C. I'm not complaining at all, and we are winning, so I shouldn't complain. But it was a bit of a messy match, if I may say so. And of course, I don't mind messy matches if we win, but it's not something that I would pull out as a nice example of, you know, coordinated play and how to win this game by playing your ship to the strengths and stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. So I might just get a salvo in on this Kurfürst here and see if I can get another, just at least one citadel. But no citadels, but quite a bit of damage there. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the battle here. And that's Roma with Azur lane Littorio as a commander. I hope you enjoyed this battle here, and I'll see you out there.